What's up, y'all? We're back at it together. Wow, I mean, I should have looked it up before this episode. I can't believe it. It's got to be at least 20 episodes, right? Since we've been together.
I just know you have been the biggest rat for like the last 24 hours, so you're lucky I'm even recording this episode with you right now.
I am.
Yeah, you. Exactly.
You're the one who still hasn't paid up on your bet. He owes 20 push-ups. Let's not forget this.
I thought.
25, actually, yeah. I think you're right. Hearts and Hardos, hold him to this. It's probably not happening this episode, but episode 62, Spinny. We need to see it, man.
62, it's on.
All right, it's on.
For episode 62.
All right. But now it's 61. Spinny, who we got for 61, man?
61. Bronson Arroyo? 61?
Bronson Arroyo? Damn.
Not a ton of
Slim pickings for 61s, right?
Around. Did you look up NHL 61s?
No, man, I didn't. I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about the NHL.
Oh, Rick Nash. I know who Rick Nash is.
All right.
Rick Nash, real NHL player.
Okay.
Jackets and then Rangers, as I know. So, Rick Nash.
I've heard of that name.
Rick Nash episode. All right. Hockey fans be loving us. And on that Rick Nash episode, Q, let's get it.
All right, y'all. We got to start with some headlines. Again, we're starting with headlines in this episode. So many. That's why we have to. I don't even know where to start. I guess let's just start with one that we won't talk about too much, I guess, and that's Messi coming to the MLS, joining Inter Miami. This is unreal. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I watch a ton of MLS games, but does Miami ever play the Loons?
They do.
Well,
yes.
Sign me up. I'm buying tickets. I'm trying to go to that game. 100%.
Yeah?
We're talking about the GOAT.
What, maybe? The GOAT? I don't know.
Top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 soccer player of all time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch him in person. That'd be incredible.
$53 million contract on top of getting a partial part of Apple's MLS TV contract money. Messi gets part of that, as well as a percentage of Inter Miami shirt sales, as well as a stake in the team when he retires. So lots of good things for Messi here. He had other offers. Barcelona, his old club, wanted him back, but he was going to have to they were going to have to cut a bunch of players and stuff, and he was not in for he wanted the dudes on the team that he knew to stay on it that deserved it. And
did you see the Saudis offer?
Yeah, one bill. Can you imagine? I don't know how you could turn that down. I'm sorry.
I'm glad he did. Screw them.
That's unbelievable, though. $1 billion. $1 billion.
We've seen athletes do this. I mean, we just saw Tiger Woods do this, right? I mean, about a year ago, I guess. But Tiger Woods turned down $800 million from them. But
$1 billion, one bill. That's unbelievable. I just thought this was an interesting fact. Messi becomes the 10th athlete. Only 10 athletes in North America make north of $50 million right now, currently. Messi becomes one of them. Obviously, the only soccer player. The highest paid player in the MLS, other than Messi. How much do you think he makes?
10 mil?
8.
Yeah.
8 mil. Highest paid player in the MLS, other than Messi. So.
Bro, is this man going to come in and just score like 4 goals a game, or?
I don't know.
Because this is no. I know, but this is no David Beckham coming over type deal, right? Like,
how isn't it?
Messi's still really good. Like,
is he?
Yes. You don't think so?
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I guess we'll find out. But sign me up for the Loons game, man. I'm trying to go. That's all I know.
I don't know if they play him the rest of this year.
Right, but
the schedule.
He is hopping over here already.
Well, he's not.
I kind of just assumed that was next season
until after June 30th. That's when his contract ends. Is June 30th with PSG. So he realistically couldn't play with Miami till like July 8th. But there's talk he might not play until August or so with Miami. So we'll kind of just see what goes on with that. Of the top 10 athletes to currently make $50 million, how many of them do you think are in the NBA?
50 mil. 3 or 4?
6.
6?
6 NBA players, 3 quarterbacks, and Messi.
Okay. Yeah.
Who are the 3 quarterbacks?
Rodgers.
Yep.
Sean Watson?
Nope. 2 recent signings.
Lamar?
Yep.
Lamar, Rodgers, and man, who'd be
You're
the
gonna
other
be
one?
disappointed when you
I
forgot
know.
your boy here.
Just tell him. Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. That's the top.
I forgot he got 50 mil. Man, he got the bag.
He did. All right, next.
Chris Paul. Told he'll be waived. Chris Haynes reports that he's like literally being released right then and there pretty much. And then Shams and Woj backtrack a little bit saying he was told he would be released. They're still going to maybe work out a sign and trade or something. There's even the potential that he would be released to be re-signed on a smaller deal. I don't really see that happening. I think his time on the Suns is done. Spinny, what do you think about the situation? Where do you see him landing?
Are the Suns, before I talk about that, where he's landing, are the Suns better or worse off without Chris Paul? That's my question for you.
Well,
answer yours.
I do think Chris Paul, he's a legend, instant Hall of Famer, obviously. Not taking that away from him. But he's washed. He's not good anymore.
No, yeah.
So they can find that production elsewhere. Younger player, way cheaper deal. They don't need him at all.
Can they find the leadership somewhere else?
That's a great point, and probably not. They would probably have to score in free agency this summer. And again, I don't know any off the top of my head, but just throwing random names out there. He might not even be a free agent, but like a Jay Crowder type.
Yeah.
These veteran players with playoff experience that could come in and kind of replace that.
Because neither KD or Book is a leader, really.
No.
So
Chris Paul is an amazing leader. That's what he will still bring to a team. So
and on that note, Wolves. Let's get him. Let's get him on the squad.
If we can afford it, the only thing is we're due Ant extension. He's probably playing it out this year to make All NBA. So that'll be after this season, obviously. But we got Nas this summer. Like we got stuff we need to figure out too. So we might not even be able to afford Chris Paul even on a really cheap deal. And then also, do we really need him? We just traded for our vet leader in Mike Conley. Do we really need 2 of them?
Are we under contract another year with Mike Conley?
At 20 mil or 18 mil.
Would you rather? I suppose maybe I would rather even have Conley slightly at this point.
Conley is, I think, honestly a little better.
Yeah.
Skill-wise. But leadership, I don't know. Obviously, you don't really know with that trade.
And at least you're getting more games out of Mike Conley, too, probably.
Right. I mean, you would imagine the Lakers are one of the front runners.
Lakers are in.
They obviously have a situation with Rui and Austin Reeves. They might not be able to afford him either, but just the LeBron connection, that's one of his best buds. So that's a possibility, too.
They could use him.
They could. They could definitely use him.
Especially like
because they had Reeves running the 1, bro. He's definitely a 2.
Well, and he doesn't really have to play that much in the regular season.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
Like, just enough to stay in it.
They'll still have Schroeder and Reeves that can pick up.
Where do you think he's going other than that?
I think Lakers are one of the top 3 options.
Rockets?
I floated this idea around in maybe a sign and trade. I don't know who you would be willing to lose, but the Celtics.
Who might give?
I feel like that's what you were missing all playoffs was that playmaking.
And a guy to
Tatum's capable, but you don't want him to be the main playmaker. I don't think on the team.
And just a guy to calm everybody
down.
What the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Like,
I mean, we're talking guys only made 1 NBA Finals, obviously, but still, he's played 18 years in the league and first ballot Hall of Famer. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. What do I have to give up?
I mean, you know, it's going to be Brogdon or White then, right?
No, I'm not doing that.
So,
I'm not giving up Smart, White, or Brogdon.
But you have to because you're not rocking that many guards.
But it doesn't make sense.
Right.
I don't want Paul over any of those guys.
Yeah, but on a cheaper deal. You're paying because you got to consider that too because you have now, especially with the new CBA kicking in next year, you have Brown and Tatum getting $100 million. Yeah. They don't have much money.
No. Yeah, I mean.
So they might have to trade one of those guys just because of their potentially re-signing Jaylen Brown. They might have to just get rid of somebody. Otherwise, they might hit that second apron. And then
the vets.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to hit that second apron, though.
I think, though, if any team was going to, the C's would be one that was capable because they really don't need anything else. Like they don't
Right, that's
need
what I'm
to
saying, like,
sign another vet. Like they don't need that extra vet man. They don't need that mid-level exception. Like if they're willing to spend the money,
Yeah. I mean,
it
they're a
might
team
be
that,
worth it.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe a cheaper version of James Harden, Sixers.
Yeah, and see, I'd rather get another big and just keep them the way they are and try to sneak a little. You know, Gallinari's coming back. We'll see if he's anything of what he was before. But
Cares about Gallinari, bro.
come on, Gallinari's a big who can make shots.
They don't
Let's be
care
real.
about Gallinari, man.
Shut up.
Roast this man in the comments. No one cares about Gallinari.
They needed a third big, did they not? Did the
30.
season not need a third big?
Third big? Because Gallinari is a good rebounder and
Come
defender down low,
on.
man. What do you mean, come on?
He can play the 4 and he can
But
score.
he can't rebound or defend. That's what y'all need.
Is it? Or do we need another shot making?
The best player in the world is a big. Jokic. Giannis, second.
For. That's what Rob's job is.
Rob sucks. I'm sorry. He sucks. He's not.
Sucks?
He'll never be anything better than an over glamorized role player.
Well, duh.
He's not worth having. I'm sorry.
What?
He's
Not
always
worth
hurt.
Having.
All right. You clearly have been not listening to your boy Bill Simmons because he's been on this train too. He doesn't want Rob on the team anymore. He's off the train. Anyways, we're not talking about the damn Celtics, bro.
All right.
We're talking about Chris Paul.
You're right.
Why are we talking about your damn Celtics? Shut up.
We got on a tangent.
Sixers. You got on a tangent. You were talking about your damn Celtics.
Right,
I shouldn't let that
next.
happen. God. Other Suns news. Frank Vogel hired as the coach. Terrible move. What are they doing? This is not an upgrade for Monty Williams. I'm not sure, I guess, if they would have necessarily found an upgrade because I always thought that was a dumb move anyways. Because Katie and Book like Monty Williams, so I didn't understand what was going on anyways. If Katie and Book were obviously involved with the hiring process and they gave their stamp of approval, then in that regard, it's fine. But you can't, there's no way you can convince me that Frank Vogel is an upgrade for Monty Williams.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And it's not even a different direction. Like it's the same type of more veteran coach kind of
right.
It's
nothing
different.
Yeah, it's not like a brand new young guy or whatever.
So I don't know. Not a splashy hire. Maybe it'll work out. He did win a championship, but I don't think he's that much better than Monty Williams either.
Yeah.
Next,
Minnesota news. Dalvin Cook going to be released. Finally, something is happening. Jeez.
It's been weird.
It's been very weird, and I'm very upset at the situation, honestly.
Whoa, really?
Yes. Because to get nothing for a guy, there's zero chance. They overplayed their hand. They refused to accept deals that were given to them. They thought they were going to get a ridiculous amount probably, and that's why they weren't able to get anything in the end. Eventually, everyone's like, nah, we'll just wait because if we just wait it out, you're going to have to release him. We're talking a guy who got 1,100 plus rushing yards in the last 4 years, and he played, everything's about this health, right? He played every game last year. He didn't miss a single game. And he ran over 1,100 yards the last 4 seasons. And he's 27 years old, 4.4 yards a carry.
Yeah.
That's not even that bad. That's average, but he'll take that. 1,100 yards for the season.
Yeah.
He had over 10 total touchdowns. I think he had 8 rushing, 2 or 3 receiving.
No, I don't love the idea of Madison having just Madison. I don't necessarily love that idea.
I actually have some faith in Dwayne McBride, not gonna lie. I think he's gonna be good too. Bro, I don't know how we got him that late, honestly.
So you think
there's so many good running backs in this class?
You think it's gonna be more of a 2 shared style situation?
Nah, Madison's still getting 15 to 20 carries.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Madison got over 20 carries in all 4 of his career starts, I believe, with Dalvin Cook hurt.
You think we're gonna?
I think I saw that stat. We're definitely gonna throw the ball more, but you have to set up the run. That's how Kirk is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play action. Like you have to set the run up with Kirk. So we're still gonna run the ball 20 times a game easily.
All right.
But we're probably throwing it 40 times a game. You know, ideally.
It's fair.
So look, what do you think? I don't know. There's not a ton of teams.
Dolphins is
obviously the front runner.
You know, which would be nuts.
They drafted Devin Atchin. I think that would be a good compliment to Dalvin, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
little speedy guy. That was your man's.
McDaniels.
Your A&M man's.
McDaniels San Francisco running style that he stole that they use obviously would be fun to see Dalvin Cook in that style. I think he could be effective in it, and also like you can't stack the box against Waddle and Hill, so like
No.
you can't. So like if you're giving Dalvin Cook like 7-man boxes, like
He'll eat that.
That's wild.
Yeah, he'll eat that up.
Yeah. Who else?
I don't know. See, that one's also tough,
Is
though, because
Buffalo in the mix?
they resigned Mostert and Wilson, though. So I don't know.
Yeah.
They'd have to immediately cut one of them to get Cook. Who?
Well, I was just thinking Buffalo because of the James and Dalvin.
They might be if they can get him cheap. Otherwise, I do think they're ready to give the reins over to James.
Yeah.
Let him be the workhorse, get 15 carries or so a game. They obviously were finally sick of Devin Singletary. I don't know how it took that long, but finally let him go.
Other options,
Houston, like one of that's where Singletary obviously just went.
Yeah.
They still have Damian Pierce. He had a great rookie year, but that might be a team that want another vet to come in and help their young rookie QB.
And even San Francisco, obviously.
San Fran in the mix, which would be ridiculous to have CNC and Dalvin Cook. I'd kill myself. Wouldn't that be unreal?
Yeah.
Plus Debo, plus George Kittle.
I feel like Dalvin wants to go somewhere, though, where he's still the guy a little bit.
No, he does, but he also wants to win at the same time, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. I think he's to that point where he's still trying to win. Maybe not. Maybe, they never re-signed. They never signed anyone else. Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Cook and Pollard? Obviously, this is all if he's willing to,
if
he's willing to sign cheaper. But
who'd Philly sign?
They traded for DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny, I guess. So yeah, maybe if they didn't really want it to be Rashad Penny, they could sign Cook but they've already kind of set their backfield.
Next.
Last thing here, PGA Tour is merging with the LIV Tour. This is crazy, just out of nowhere. No one really knew that this was going to happen. The top PGA guys had no idea this was happening. They found out on Twitter the same way Spinny and I found out.
Which is wild.
Which is not okay. Not okay that the commissioner is just doing this without the approval of all these top guys who stayed in your league. They stuck to their morals. They helped you keep this league alive, make you money by staying here, and you're not going to repay them with at least the common decency of letting them know of what's going on.
Yeah, it seemed like they were kind of hot about it too.
Yeah, they were pissed. So
there was a big players meeting
they do get a vote as shareholders or whatever. So I don't know when that's happening, but there is a final vote. Yeah. But I would imagine it's still gonna get passed. So I do think the executives have more votes than the players. I think it's 5-4 or something. So they're obviously gonna all vote in favor because money talks. They just care about the money. But it's funny because a year ago they didn't care about the money. They stood on their morals, roasted everybody that just went for the money to the LIV Tour. Brooks Koepka, Phil Mixon, all these dudes, right? We did. I roasted them. You roasted them a little bit.
I didn't roast them too much.
Well, come on.
Still a little.
A little bit. It was.
I wouldn't turn down that much money either, so let's be real.
I probably wouldn't either, but I mean, we're talking about some Saudi Arabians. These are terrible people. We all know. Terrible people.
The Saudi Arabian government is
awesome. But I want to give Bill Simmons credit. He brought this up on his podcast. Was this their plan all along, the Saudi Arabians, to force their hand essentially and force this merger? We have all this money that we can spend. Let's get some of their guys, steal some of their talent, put the pressure on them, and then we get now a stake of their company.
You think that's all they wanted was a stake of the PGA?
A stake? No, this might just be a foothold, a stake in North American soil. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk that they might try to start a tennis league now because tennis also is independent contract, obviously. So that's the same type of situation. This could be great. This could be weird. I don't know.
I don't know if
become more westernized. I'm not saying they're trying to take over our country or anything, but them trying to become more westernized,
which makes sense. I mean, that's where the money. I mean, that's where a lot of the money in sports has been. So
right.
It does make sense, from that perspective.
But yeah, that was an interesting point. Where does this money? I never even saw. I don't think it was ever even released. The $200 million. Let's say Brooks Koepka. I believe he was given $200 million to sign up. Was he given that right away? Was it
I
like
have
a
no
20-year
idea.
plan? You know what I
No
mean?
idea.
Like, if he was given that right away, these other dudes, they're talking about actual contracts now since this is all a merger and everything for
Yeah.
these PGA guys.
Yep.
They better get the bag. Like,
Yeah.
if these guys actually really got 200 mil like
Yeah.
that, PGA got to do something for these top guys.
I
that stay.
don't think that I would be very surprised.
I would be surprised too. Like, how are you just whipping out 200 mil for these dudes?
One shout out before we end headlines. French Open winner Iga Swiatek. I just butchered that.
He took down the Joker?
No, she. The women's,
Oh, she.
The women's
Oh, my bad.
finalist today. Just wanted to give her a shout out for the Iga's Bakery because she's the queen of 6-0ing people, which is called the donut. So then at the French Open, she did it a couple times, and the fans have been chanting Iga's Bakery. It's the
She's
funniest
6-0'd in the final?
Not in the final, no, she didn't. But
I was gonna say,
multiple times. She had a ton of 6-0s, way more 6-0s than is common. And so they started this Iga's Bakery thing. And she was asked about it in the interview and had a really funny response. So kind of hit on social media. So shout out to her for winning the French. It's Rude and Joker in the French Open final tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Joker's losing. Joke Nation. He can't win. Federer's or Nadal's major, so it's not for him.
I'm not even gonna acknowledge that statement. We're not talking about tennis, man. I ain't gonna go down this
All right, I'd rather just kick your butt anyway. So.
Have you won recently? Like, when's the last time you even won, bro? You on like a major losing streak, bro.
We're gonna find out.
All right, Spin. I will ask you first. Here we go. My easy question. Jokic made finals history with the first 30-20-10 game in the finals, as we all know. 2 other players have done it in the playoffs in general. Name one of these players?
Kareem and Wilt final.
I knew I should have asked you to name both, but whatever. You did.
Got him.
Good job.
Got him. Okay, my easy question. These are all about Vikings receiving yards history. All 3 of my questions are talking about all-time Vikings leaders in receiving yards.
Okay.
Easy question. Name 3 of the top 5 players on the Vikings all-time receiving yards list.
Chris Carter, Randy Moss, Adam Thielen.
Correct. Those 3, as well as, if I can pull up my list here, Anthony Carter and Jake Reed. Those 5 are the ones that make up the top 5.
Yep. That makes sense. All right. Wow, you have a theme for yours and I have a theme for mine. That's awesome. No. Mine's all finals.
Oh.
Christian Braun. By the way, it should be Braun, right? Like, why is it Braun and that's Brown? That don't make any sense. Anyways, he scored 15 points. He's a rookie, obviously, in game 3. Since the 80s, man, believe it or not, only one rookie has scored over 20 points in an NBA Finals game. Who is this one rookie?
So this is...
Since the 80s. So like the
count?
last... No.
Oh, so the 90s.
So 2000s. So what I'm essentially getting at is since Magic Johnson dropped 42 or whatever as a rookie, no other rookie has dropped over 20 except this one dude who did it.
And what was this guy teammates with Magic Johnson?
Just exclude the 80s.
No 80s.
Yes.
Okay.
No 80s.
I'm going to say Tim Duncan. Final answer.
That's a very good guess. But no, actually, it was Tyler Hero versus the Lakers. Dang. Scored 22. You know, he scored that. He had that really good, 38-point game in the Eastern Conference Finals that year, rookie year. He was balling.
Tyler Hero.
Isn't that crazy, though, that, it's been that long since a rookie scored over 20? Only one guy Tyler Hero's the only guy in the last like 40 years to do it, pretty much.
That's wild.
Since Magic Johnson decided to play as a center and score 40 points.
Yeah. Okay, medium question. 2 Vikings wide receivers drafted in the same year are both in the top 10 all-time in receiving yards. Who are they?
Drafted in the same year?
Yep. I'll give you the split point too, so 1 for 1. 1 point for each one.
Man. Should probably know this. Let's go with. I don't think they're the same. I'm pretty sure they're not same year. No way they're the same year. I want to say Anthony Carter and Randy Moss.
No. Answer is Ahmad Rashad and Sammy White, both drafted in 1976.
That's a medium question.
Yes, sir.
2 70s players.
Yep, 2 70s players.
Can you believe this guy?
What do you mean?
I'm
My
still
guy Ahmad Rashad? Come on.
I'm still beating him all time, and these are the questions he gives me. It's unreal. It's unreal.
That wasn't that hard of a question.
I forgot to look up my parameter, so I will allow you to search right now how many NBA finals there have been total, if you would like, before I give you this question.
All right.
How many NBA finals have there been? I want to say it's like 70 some. I choked and didn't give you parameter. So if you would like that hint, please try to find it.
All right.
This is the first one right here, the Lakers, right?
1950. So
50 years, 23.
This is the 73rd final.
This is the 73rd finals.
Okay.
73 finals. How many sweeps have there been? A lot of people were thinking this might have been a sweep. Obviously, the Heat stole one game. So far, I guess, series still ongoing. But
Let's say 8. 8 is my answer.
wow. It's 9.
One
One off, man. 9.
We're gonna have a tie because there's no.
So,
time
yeah.
for getting this question. Okay.
Chase. Get my roommate down here. He'll give us one.
So, the Vikings' top 20 receiving yards list of the top 20. Buses.
I'm texting him.
Attention.
Go.
Top 20 Vikings receiving yards list. So all of the top 20, there are 2 tight ends and 2 fullbacks. 2 tight ends, 2 fullbacks.
I'm taking no.
Name 3 of them. 3 of the 4.
What is this question?
2 tight ends, 2 fullbacks in the Vikings top 20.
What is this
Name
question?
3 of them.
What is this question?
What do you mean?
Kyle Rudolph.
Okay.
Fullbacks.
2 tight ends, 2 fullbacks. The only tight end better than Kyle Rudolph in Vikings history. Come on.
Why am I drawing a blank? Oh, man. I can't even remember. It's not good. It's not good, y'all. I don't know nothing about our own Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, you don't.
To be fair, you asked me to name a fullback.
2 tight ends, 2 fullbacks.
Like, what? I can't believe I don't remember the other tight end. I definitely should. I'm going to hate myself when you tell me. I'm not going to get a fullback. There's no way. That's why I said right when you were reading the question, I was like, nope, I'm getting a 0. So just tell me the answer. I don't have to guess.
Kyle Rudolph. That's correct.
All right, who's the other tight end?
Steve Jordan. Other tight end. Fullbacks are Bill and Ted Brown. Bill and Ted Brown.
Like, what is this question, man? Are you kidding
know
me?
your Vikings fullbacks. Come on.
Are you kidding me?
Bill and Ted Brown. Somebody's got to know who they are for sure. Bill Brown, 1962 to 1974. Ted Brown, 1979 to 1986. So
the 60s, bro.
One's the 80s.
Man, I don't just sit here. I don't just sit here and read up on my Vikings history, man. Come on.
Come on. They're fullbacks with 3,000 receiving yards.
Because I watched those games, yes.
3,000.
I watched all those games in the 80s, huh?
You should have. All right. How are we doing this?
Well, he did just text me it. I don't know if he wants me to just say, can you give us, like, I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Do you know the answer?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
Combined age of Carmelo Anthony, Anthony Edwards, and Chris Finch.
Whoever gets closest.
Closest.
Without going over or straight closest?
We can go over.
Okay, straight closest.
Because I know he's getting this from a Barstool. Barstool's Trivia of the Dozen. This might not have been an actual question, but
Chris Finch
and Carmelo Anthony. I got an answer.
Yep. 33.
What?
Is my answer.
How is that even an answer?
Average age?
Combined age.
Combined age. I got an answer for that too. I'm sorry.
I was like, what, bro?
What?
They're all 11? Damn.
100 is my answer.
110. All right. $113 is the answer. Let's go. Because what? Ant's 20, 22, pretty much. 21. I assumed he was 22. Melo 38. That's 60. I just said 50 for Chris Finch. That's 110. That's how I got my 110.
I said Chris Finch was 40. I thought Chris Finch was pretty young. But
I don't know. You be having that gray hair, though.
113.
You be having that gray hair, though. Oh, here we go. He sent the ages. 21, 39, and 53.
Damn. That's a tough way.
So either way, I was right. 60 combined with Melo and Ant.
Yeah.
I knew that at least.
That's a tough way to lose.
Let's go. L Nation. This guy sucks. All right.
Next.
Let's talk about the finals, man. We actually haven't been on here in so long. We haven't talked a single finals game yet. Games 1 through 4 have happened since we last saw y'all.
Game 4 last night.
Yeah, Game 4 last night. As we all know, it's a 3-1 lead for the Nuggets. This is all but over. Just give a quick run through. Jokic, triple-double, 27-point triple-double. Super efficient game 1, right? Bam balled out, though. He had 26 and 13, but they kind of controlled that game the whole time.
That game was so boring.
It was pretty boring. It was Nuggets the whole time. Instantly got out and did things that we brought up on this pod, a.k.a. Aaron Gordon getting mismatches on switches, things like that. Immediately took that over. Heat win game 2. No surprise there. Able to win a road game.
Shout out to Highsmith from game 1. So
yes. That was overshadowed by just getting killed, obviously. But he had like 18 or 19 off the bench. Very efficient showing for him, all randomly. The Heat won game 2, though. Road Warriors, we know they were going to steal one of these first 2. And that's because they were hitting threes. This is the only game they've been hitting. They hit threes out of these 4 games so far. 17 for 35. This was the Gabe Vincent game. 23 points, 8 for 12 shooting. And it was only Jokic for the Nuggets that showed up. 41 and 11 for him. They made him a scorer instead of a passer. That definitely affected the rest of the players.
Do you think that's a real thing? Because
I don't think it is either, no matter what, honestly.
Spoelstra's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever
heard
when he said it.
Yeah.
But like, I think that might have been Draymond Green. I feel like Kerr was talking about it like it was.
Kerr brought it up on Draymond Green's podcast saying that's what they essentially did as their game plan last year. But to be fair, it makes more sense last year's context. There was no Jamal Murray. There was no Michael Porter. So, yeah, you're not gonna.
Nobody could score by themselves.
Yeah, no one was really off creating their own shot. You know what I mean? So no one else over 18 points though. Jamal Murray was terrible in that game, so he were able to win that one.
I mean, 18 and 10, shooting like 48%. So I mean, terrible for Jamal. He wasn't great, but
he was like what 5 for 17,
7 for 15. Game 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My bad.
7
That wasn't that bad
game
then.
2. Then I think game.
It was
game
last
3?
night. Last night he shot not good.
Oh,
He wasn't
okay.
very good last night. Nuggets won game 3 though, pretty convincingly. It's kind of fairly similar to game 1. I thought they weren't as in control of the game of game 3, but they were for the most part, and that's because Jokic
30-20-10.
30-20-10, man. What this is unreal. I don't even know. Are you can you say the words, please?
He is 1 win away from being the best player in the league.
Can you believe this guy?
He is 1 win
Can you
away
believe
from
this
being
guy?
The best player in the league. What?
God, this ring culture is just
What do you mean?
ruined the
Ring
NBA.
Culture. Come on.
I agree to a point, but like, come on, you don't
You
absolutely.
gotta have one.
No,
to
you
be
don't.
The best
You
player
don't.
in the league.
You don't.
Yes, you
Not
do.
the context of this year when you are literally averaging triple double in the playoffs. You're absolutely destroying everybody, shooting 60%, and the supposed best player in the league got freaking bounced in 5 games in the first round to an 8 seed.
If he chokes this series, though, if the Nuggets choke this series, he's not the best player in the league. I'm sorry. You choke a 3-1 lead
Disagree.
to a Miami Heat team that is significantly worse than you from a talent perspective.
Totally disagree.
You're not the best player in the league.
Completely disagree.
That's tough.
Because if they lose, it's going to be in the same situation as game 2 where Jokic has 40 points and everyone else
You think
sucks.
so?
Yes.
What if Jokic sucks?
Jokic, then yes.
Oh, okay.
But Jokic won't suck, Spinny. How many games does he have to dominate for you to get this?
1 playoffs. 1 complete playoffs he has to dominate. Complete. Start to finish.
This man's playoff career averages are like 28, 12, and 8. And Spinny's just saying he's never done anything in the playoffs.
No, he has been productive in the playoffs before, but he's never won. Now he's winning and being productive.
Because that's his fault that his teammates were
No,
hurt.
it's not. But
So you're
it's a thing for best player in the league.
No,
it's
it's not.
thing.
You can't hold that against him.
I can.
That is so his teammates being hurt is being held against him. You heard it here first on Hard Headed Sports. That's Spinny's opinion about Jokic, how he's apparently still not the best player until Monday night when they win in 5 games.
Whoa. Is that a call?
No, it's not a call because I'm still rocking my prediction Nuggets in 6. Heat will steal another road game somehow and lose at home like they have all playoffs. I don't know how. It doesn't make any sense. But they suck at home and they're amazing on the road. So it's going to happen probably. But yeah, obviously, I would not be shocked if they win in game 5.
Last night's game was fun for a bit.
Also,
Did have fun.
before you dive into last night, Jamal Murray, shout out him too. Game 3, 30-point triple double as well. First teammates to do that in the NBA Finals.
He had a trip dub in game 3?
30-point trip dub, bro. First teammate to
Damn.
do that in the NBA Finals. So history everywhere. First teammates,
Yeah, 10
Jokic
and
30-20.
10, the old
Yeah.
10 and 10 grind.
Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, he was out there hunting them in the last 2 minutes of the game of a 15-point game.
Was he?
Oh, yeah, he was. I watched the game to the end. He was hunting them. He got the last assist with, or I think it might have been rebound, whatever. He got it with like a minute left in the game, a 15-point game. Hunting. But it's okay.
Again,
I love him. He's my guy.
I might be on the outside of this, but with stat padding, just stop him. You can't stop me. You can't complain about it.
Okay, especially at this level. We're in the NBA Finals
We're in
right
the
now,
finals.
man.
Stop me. Stop me then.
We're playing until this clock hits 0, man.
Yeah.
It's the NBA Finals.
Literally.
Last night's game.
Yeah, last night's game did have fun to watch moments of it, I think, surprisingly. Shout out to Aaron Gordon, though.
The Aaron Gordon game.
He was nuts. He has been effective in this series, though, because Strus, Vincent, and Martin cannot guard him.
No.
He's too this from Aaron Gordon.
I keep saying like trade for like Dame or something, which would obviously be nuts. But it's pretty obvious they need another big. They need bigger bodies. The Heat.
Yeah.
They need bigger bodies. They're just getting bullied on there.
Yeah. No, definitely are.
Honestly, Gordon's a big ass dude.
Yeah.
like
Gordon's
obviously, but
fucking huge.
he's athletic. He's 6'9". He's 250. You know, he's huge. But still, you need some big bodies like that. I mean, he can't run out here with Jimmy playing the 4. Like that's most of their go-to lineups is Jimmy at the 4. You can't do that.
Or they need to have better defensive guards because Jimmy at the 4 is fine, but they can't guard Jamal Murray.
Right.
So like the only guy that can guard Jamal Murray effectively is Jimmy, and then you got to put K-Love in the game, and he is not does not have the ability to play extended finals minutes right now. So it's just tough.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. What else happened in this game? Oh, it was Bruce Brown game too.
Bruce
Brown and Aaron Gordon game combined for 48 points. 21 for Bruce Brown, including 11 in the fourth quarter. Kind of closed the game out for the Nuggets there. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Nuggets starters outscored the Heat starters 82-59 last night. Just absolutely murdered them. They had what? 3 guys with at least
is what the Heat
roughly. Honestly, whatever. It's a lot. That's all you need to know. Hardies and Hardos. The Heat had like what, 3 players? Duncan all had at least 10.
It is 59 points from the Heat starters.
Yeah, there we go.
To put that in perspective, Gordon and Bruce Brown scored
48.
48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even crazier perspective, 59 of those points for the starters, right? How many of those were Bam and Jimmy? Like all of them? They both had 20-point games.
K-Love with 12 and Gabe Vincent with 2.
Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, completely irrelevant in this game. They did nothing.
1 for 10.
1 for 10 combined, 2 points.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry stepped up.
Shout out Max Strus. Yeah, Celtics just missing him a ton. Just really, really screwed him over when they cut him. Just made a huge bad decision. Yeah, nice.
I don't know, man.
Max Strus is mid.
He's mid, but hold that L.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Come on. Oh, man.
See, Max Strus wouldn't even be in the rotation on the Celtics.
That's cap.
What do you mean?
Totally cap.
Not.
I think they could have used his 3-point shooting. They were pretty bad 3-point shooting in the playoffs.
The guards just didn't have.
But that's true. Yeah, the Celtics obviously have a shit ton of guards. He's not playing over Brogdon or White or nobody. So yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, overall, this finals, I felt it's been pretty boring. Really, I have. I mean, there's been some
terrible take.
Like, the most exciting part has been like the coaching back and forth and like back and forth changes from game to game. Like, I don't want that to be the most exciting part. Between that and Jokic, that's the thing.
History is not exciting, man. 30-20-10 games not exciting. The teammates dropping 30-point triple doubles not exciting. Bam's doing 25 and 12 every game. It's not exciting.
Have not been that fun to watch.
Disagree.
What do you mean?
Totally disagree, because it's fun watching the best player in the world play basketball. It's fun watching Nikola Jokic play basketball. That man does not make any mistakes. 0 forced decisions. What? This kid doesn't watch games, I guess. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that you think this isn't boring. Jokic has been unbelievable. I'm not against your Jokic take.
Okay, fine. That's what I thought you were talking about. I was like,
no.
What?
No.
This dude makes no mistakes. He's so fun to watch. So fun to watch. And the Wolves will now have lost to the NBA champions. Like, makes me feel a little better. That's why I'm wearing my jersey today, y'all. Hey, we the ones, man. Anthony Edwards, future face of the league. Go listen on Podcast P. Paul George podcast. Content Towns episode. They talk about it, man. Come on.
You really think that, though? You're in on that. Top 5.
You want me to merch? We're even talking about the NBA Finals, but you want me to merch this right now?
Yeah, I do. Right now.
Anthony Edwards, before he is 28 years old, so at least within the next 6 seasons, he will be a top 5 player in the league. 100%.
So first team All NBAs.
He'll be a first team All NBA player. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. He definitely will be. You heard it here first.
Bold takes.
Bold take. Talking about an NBA. We're talking about a number 1 pick, man. How's that bold?
A little bold.
We're talking about a number 1 pick.
But top 5 player, I don't know if he's shown that necessarily.
He's 21 years old. He just averaged 26 points per game as a 21-year-old.
All right.
With no cat. He had no true second star, and he was averaging 26. Huh? Anyways, I want to bring up this question for you, Spinny.
Okay.
Jokic, 31, 14, and 8 is his average in the NBA Finals right now. 55, 44, and 88 splits. Almost 50, 40, 90 for this big man.
44 from 3.
Yeah.
That 3
the
he
best
hit.
player in the world,
That
apparently.
3. That 3.
He's
he
not.
hit-
He's not apparently to Spinny.
That 3 he hit last night from like 4 feet behind the line in the second quarter.
His arc is just unreal.
insane.
Every time he shoots it, you just assume it's going in because the arc is like so perfect. It's just money.
Literally. And he's shooting like
His shot is way up
it's
here. Yeah.
unbelievable.
It's way up here.
And
He's
it's
7,
behind his head still. It's like
he's 7 feet tall. You ain't contesting it. You can't. Especially that's why his fadeaway is so dirty. Anyways, that's his numbers. Jamal Murray, 23, 11, and 6 on 46, 42, 93 splits. Also almost 50, 40, 90 splits. Top what duo in the NBA? Top blank duo. Fill up the blank. 3.
3. I think I put him at 2 right now.
Okay. But you're not accepting any conversation.
I'm not accepting any conversation outside of AD Braun and Braun Tatum.
Those are the 3?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I don't think
I agree with
I'm
that statement.
accepting a conversation outside of that. I might be forgetting somebody really.
AD and Braun is 3, right?
Yeah.
So you're still giving Jalen and
Yeah. Jalen and Jason.
Okay.
And Jokic.
so you can't really have them one. So you're telling me Monday night's going to change then? Because they're going to have a title and Tatum and Brown don't have a title.
True, but first and second team All NBA, Jamal Murray wasn't on the All NBA team.
This guy.
No, it's realistically Jokic and Murray.
But yeah, obviously
You're-
Tatum is a top 5
yeah.
player in the league. So it's yeah.
Like you're realistically taking Jokic and Murray, especially when they win this title. You're gonna take them, but I think those are the 3 duos in the conversation.
Honestly, though, are we overlooking Katie and Book?
Oh shoot!
I feel like that's got to be a top. I mean, I might
be
be throwing AD Brown out of there.
Yeah.
Honestly, my boys, I might have to kick them out.
They're out.
They're out.
Katie Book might be 1.
Like we're just talking pure talent standpoint.
Shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
I knew we missed somebody big.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie Book might be 1.
It's not 1 though, man. From a game, I don't know. There's so many ways to debate this.
Literally.
So many ways. If we're talking they need to be winners, whatever. Devin Booker doesn't have a ring. They don't have a ring together. The most recent duo to get the ring is obviously going to be Murray and Jokic, right?
Yeah.
So in that regard, they should be 1. Combine that with the talent. Jokic is number 1 player in the world, 2 MVPs in the last 3 years.
He will be number 1 player in the world.
He is the number 1.
That is.
We're done. Stop arguing my semantics here.
I know.
You always giving me shit. Who's the
Yeah.
semantics guy now, man?
Yeah, it is.
Top 3 though. That is solidified, yes. No
Yeah.
questions about this. Let's talk a little bit. I just want to hear what you think that he can do to make the comeback. Nothing.
I mean,
I'm saying the hypothetical here.
Unless we get a crazy.
I just want to talk some actual
I want
basketball
Cody
talk
Martin
here.
of last series.
Okay.
If I can get
He's got to turn it around.
Turn it up.
15 plus
And-
points a game every time.
And Vincent and Strus making their shots for 3 games.
They got to hit some open shots.
Not like everyone.
Not everyone, but
like we got to shoot 40%.
they got to shoot 40% from 3
Yeah.
these next games.
Those 2 guys, and Martin's got to score like 18.
And we got to go. We got to keep the Love starting lineup. Not saying it's worked the greatest, but it's clear you got to have some big bodies out there for
Love
Gordon.
can at least keep Gordon
like somewhat in check here. Yeah, so that would need to happen. They would also obviously need some help from Jamal Murray struggling shooting or something. Michael
or
Porter
MPJ
continuing his brutal struggles. By the way, I don't have it updated as last night because he did shoot like 4 for 9 or something. 4 for 10 wasn't that bad, you know. But going into last night, he was shooting 26% from the field, 16% from 3 in the finals.
And he was 0 for 3 from 3 last night.
Yeah, so his 3-pointer somehow dropped from 16%.
Yeah, so not great.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that does need to happen.
And Murray 5 for 17 last night too.
And we need a Spo game, like a clear, like this is like the X's and O's is just Spo is just murdering Michael Malone. I don't think we've really truly seen that yet, but he's obviously got a way less talented squad. So that's his main issue right now.
Jokic's in that too is like he does a really good job of not getting beat by stuff. Like, the zone hasn't worked against the Nuggets because, like, they have too many guys that can go in the middle of that zone and just
right. And especially if Jokic is there, then
if
it's
Jokic
over.
is there, you're screwed.
You're done.
You lost.
It's a bucket.
Already. Exactly. So Denver's probably gonna win. I think you're right. The Heat might steal Game 5.
Okay, keys to a Denver closeout in Game 5, 6, even Game 7, whatever. What do they have to do to just get done here? Get one more win.
Jamal Murray's efficiency. If I can get 50-40 from Jamal in this game, I know I'm getting it from Jokic already. It's like a check mark.
Right.
Those two, and then 2 made threes from Michael Porter.
That's it.
If I can get that, that's it. That's all I need, really.
Yeah,
honestly.
pretty much. I'm pretty much in agreement. I don't even think you need Porter to even hit shots the way Bruce Brown is playing this series. He's been stepping in and filling in for him nicely. He's obviously a better defender than Porter, so he's usually in the game towards the end of the stretch. That's why he scored 11 points in the fourth quarter last night. And maybe like another Aaron Gordon type game. He obviously doesn't need to go 27, 7, and 6 like he did last night. Absolutely unreal. 11 of 15 shooting, but continuing to abuse his mismatches.
Yeah.
Anytime a little guy's on him, you go down low, man. They cannot guard you. You're way bigger, way stronger. You have the confidence now because you've been cooking them this series. Continuing to do that, continuing to attack those mismatches.
Yep.
Pick and roll, Jamal Murray, Jokic, every single time on the floor. Any mismatch or switch that happens from this, play out of it, as they have. You just got to keep continuing and don't become complacent. You know, don't just shoot threes to shoot threes. Still hunt great looks. Still keep that energy on defense. That's what I like about bouncing back from game 2 in games 3 and 4. You can just tell they're more locked in. You could just see it in game 2 that they just weren't as locked in, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah,
you gotta stay locked in, get it done. Y'all are one win away from being world champions.
Keeping up that motivation, like motivation's not the right word, but like locked in is good. Like just being focused, being like they're having that idea that they're gonna beat you.
Yes,
with that mentality.
Yes.
Yep.
And arrogant. To quote our coach at Bethany, Pat Garvin, an arrogant confidence.
Arrogant confidence, yeah.
Do what you do out there. Be confident. Do it, get it done.
Great. Nuggets in 6. And as is the theme of the episode, next, do we have a Q&A?
Q&A. And then we will get y'all on the road. Spinny, I know you talked about your man Brad Stevens and what he is planning on doing. We'll see if that actually happens. But I want to hear it from you. Right now, do you want Joe Mazzulla back as the head coach of the Boston Celtics next year? And two-parter, Jaylen Brown. Do you want him re-signed? Do you think he's worth $50+ million and counting going forward? Are you willing to pay that duo? Because obviously, if you're paying that duo $100 million+ a year, you're pretty damn confident they can get you a championship.
Yeah, I'm willing to pay that duo. That's an easy question for me. I think that Brown's going to figure it out. Man can't dribble to his left. I hope the only thing he does this offseason is work on dribbling to his left. I feel like there might be some motivation after the insane criticism he got. Deserved criticism, but I could see that being a changing factor. Secondly, Joe Mazzulla, given what they've done with the Sam Cassell hiring and everything else, I think, yes, I want to give Joe Mazzulla one more season, give him a chance. Mostly because there's not a better option at this point. Like, if I could have had Nick Nurse or something like that, then yeah, I'm in. I'm in
Right.
to switch.
Like, who are you hiring?
Who are you hiring right now?
Mike Budenholzer.
I don't want Bud or Doc. So,
Yeah.
that's basically...
You don't want a Doc reunion?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's basically where we're at right now. So I'll give Joe Maz another year, and but you can't be afraid to cut the trigger.
Hey, man.
It gets bad.
I got a great idea. No idea if he's under contract or not. Let's just have Al Horford become the player coach, man.
Al Horford, we're pulling a Bill Russell.
He was coaching basically the whole series anyways, man. He was sitting on the coaching stool the whole time. Just let him just be the coach.
I let him be an assistant.
That's what I'm saying. Player coach.
Staff.
Player coach, yeah. On the staff. Let him part of the staff.
Why not?
Why not?
No, I like the Sam Cassell hiring. Hopefully, we'll get another good assistant coach as well. I think that should help.
Okay. I'm with you on all that pretty much. Second Q&A question. Blazers. Because obviously this is one of the biggest things that's going to be answered this offseason. What are they doing? Are they building around Dame, or should they trade Dame? Is it time to start this rebuild?
Should or are?
I'm
Prediction
asking
or what I would do.
what you would do if you were them.
I would trade Damian Lillard and try to build around Simons and Sharp.
I didn't think you would say that, but I'm with you. So
Really? You didn't think I'd say that?
no, I thought you would say maybe send it.
I mean, are you getting a guy better than Cat? I think Cat is like their ultimate, the best guy they could get. I don't know if they're getting a guy better than him, and I don't know if Dame.
I've seen the Paul George idea floated around.
Okay. Again, Dame and PG or Dame and Cat.
It's all the same.
The rest of their roster.
Right.
I'm assuming you're giving up Simons and pick 3. So I'm assuming you're having Sharp, Dame, and whoever you get.
Sharp, Dame, whatever wing you get, and Jeremy Grant would be your main starting lineup.
I don't know how good of a shot that is.
You still have no bigs at all.
You still have Denver, and you still have Phoenix, and you still have the Lakers.
And Golden State has the assets to make another move. Yeah. Like they might trade Poole and Kuminga.
Poole trade might be coming.
Yeah, like
so.
You have these young guys. You have Simons. You have Sharp.
Trade Dame.
You have the pick
from the beginning.
You have pick 3.
Yeah.
You're gonna get if you want.
Play it that Scooter Miller is that guy. Whatever guy you get there.
Right. And so like say it is Scoot, you could still trade Simons then if you wanted to and get another wing or whatever instead. Maybe probably OG. That's a similar tier, right? Yeah. OG Anunoby. Not saying Raptors would be interested. I have no idea, but they need a wing. Level. Clearly, they need a wing, a defender.
Question mark.
Dylan Brooks, sign him maybe. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would do too, man. Yeah. This is the time you have pick 3. You have 2 young stud guards already.
Yeah, stud is a little, but good guards.
If you're not sold on Shaedon Sharp,
I'm sold on Shaedon Sharp. I'm not sold on Anthony Simons. Okay.
Which is crazy to say because Simons is the one who's averaged 20 so far. But Sharp's athleticism is just...
Simons gives me more Jalen Green or like Kevin Porter Jr.
Like we talked about last week, inefficient scores in the NBA. Weird.
I know. So
Sharp could end up being that too, but his athleticism, his upside, his potential, the eye test, is you're just watching him, you're like, this dude is legit.
I love Simons shooting. That's the only thing. Like if he can be a little more efficient and just be a shooter more, then sky's the limit. Yeah,
for sure. Well, we're on the same boat. That's how we're gonna finish episode 61, y'all. Who was it? Bronson Arroyo episode? Yeah. Man, this is so depressing. We're getting into the dog days, man. 62 coming up. Oh, this is gonna suck.
We'll have some good ones. There'll be some good linemen coming up. Good hockey players coming up in their late 60s, early 70s as well. So we'll find some good ones for y'all. Thanks for listening. Hug your friends and family, and we love you.